Hi, how's it going? Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about three lessons I've learned with Tom Jobim. And I didn't have the opportunity of having classes with him, but I've studied a lot of his uh, songs, and there are some lessons we can learn to improve our Brazilian way of playing piano. So I'm gonna start talking about the first one that I think it's a very important lesson that we find in his songs. Uh, you don't need. It's about melody. You don't need to do complex melodies to be musical, to express your musicianship. And let's take a look here. For example, in the Samba de uma nota só, starting for this very simple example of melody. That the A section of the song is made just by two notes, and when you don't have so many melodical information in Brazilian music, you can take advantage of the rhythm. So if, for example, I'm improvising some simple melody with just few notes, I'm gonna think on rhythm, for example. So I'm taking advantage of rhythm in this situation. Very simple solution and very good. So you can improvise with just a few notes, but taking advantage of the rhythm. All right. Another thing, he did a lot of simple melodies, and if he don't take advantage of the rhythm, he could take advantage of the harmony. So note how simple this melody is. It's a little bit repetitive, a little bit predictable, but the harmony is rich. It's happen. We are hearing some Nate Barton harmony here. So the sensation of the harmony gives us the possibility of doing a more simple harmony. And for example, if you are improvising, you're playing some Brazilian theme with a lot of a very simple melody, you can take advantage of the Nate Bartons, for example, the harmony to create some interesting reharmonizations in that point. For example, if I would let me play a song, Asa Branca, very simple Brazilian song. This is the simple melody, and let's do a variation. can take advantage of the simplicity of some melodic material to take advantage of the harmony and to explore this possibility. So you can deal with simple melodies. I remind one more. This is Tom Jobim's melody. I'm sorry. The simplicity of this melody. But the harmony is creating a sensation of counterpoint with the neighbor tones. Beautiful it sounds. Very beautiful, isn't it? So this song is called Falando de Amor, talking about love, talking of love. All right. So the melodies can be simple, and you can have a very interesting musical message. And about improvise, I think it's the same thing, because Tom Jobim, if you hear his recordings, he does not improvise so much, but when he does some solos, he takes advantage of the kind of melody you could do in this kind of style. For example, in bossa nova, I see many musicians playing a lot of fast notes, 16 note solo, with a lot of notes. But when you hear Jobim, all the time he's trying to make cantabile melodies, and this is very important when you improvise in Brazilian music. Try to speak the language of the song you are playing. So if you hear the solo of the Samba de uma Nota Só, you're gonna recognize this. More or less this. It's not exactly these notes, all right? In Chega de Saudade or No More Blues, you're gonna recognize also. In this section, this melody he improvised. A little bit like this. It's not exactly as this, but it's a cantabile melody. And so you're gonna realize that you can create solos during cantabile melodies. Let's play, for example, the Samba de uma Nota Só. create, for example, very cantabile melody, and besides just doing solos with a lot of notes, a lot of effects and blues scales. All right, pay attention in what the Brazilian musicians do in their solos. So I've talked about melody in these different situations in a composition that you can do simple melodies and try to compensate in terms of rhythm and harmony, and when improvising to search for cantabile, to try to play cantabile melodies. This is a very interesting lesson that I've learned with Tom Jobim. All right. Let's talk about now the counter melodies. Counter melodies are one very important aspect in the music of Tom Jobim, and I realized I've learned with a very important pianist here in São Paulo, Evaldo Soares. Evaldo, it's a harmony teacher, jazz harmony teacher here in São Paulo, and he has a picture in his room, his living room, with the some letter of Tom Jobim talking about his capability of doing beautiful harmonies also. Tom Jobim was amazed when he heard Evaldo playing here in São Paulo, and Evaldo told me a lot of times about the beautiful counter melodies that you find in Tom Jobim music. Often when you learn Brazilian music using the real book, you don't learn the details of the song because you are just reading the melody and chords, and so you lose one part that Tom Jobim considered a lot of very important in his music. If you see Jobim comping some other sing, and sometimes when he's playing and singing, he stops singing the lyrics to sing his counter melodies. And I've told another times in this live that for example in The Girl from Ipanema you have in the B section Tom Jobim singing and playing, sometimes he stops, like I've told you. For example, he starts to sing counter melodies. I've seen there is one recording that he's singing the second part of No More Blues, or Chega de Saudade, mas se ela voltar, se ela voltar, que coisa linda, and the next phrase will be que os peixinhos que besides he sing this phrase when he's playing solo, mas se ela voltar, se ela voltar, que coisa, os peixinhos. He sang para pa pa. Besides singing the original melody that comes on the contrary motion. So this is a melody, a very important melody for him. And people sometimes when playing Brazilian music forget to study these details on the songs, and these details make a lot of difference because sometimes they create some harmony situations, they connect some chords. So and it's a very important element in Brazilian music, in bossa nova, that musicians ignore, and there are beautiful chord changes that you can find in these situations. For example, a major 7 chord going to a dominant, transforming itself in a dominant chord. Look how beautiful it sounds. In, for example, Samba de uma nota só. So this is a very rich element in Jobim's music. So I recommend you to hear the songs and pay attention on this. There is a song, Se Todos Fossem Iguais a Você, for example. Look this. Look how beautiful. The melody is repeating one note. And you are hearing a counter melody doing this. And so you have more movement. So the counter melodies are a possibility to give more interest also in repetitive melodies. This is more like a ballad, this song. And so you can't resolve with rhythm, this repetition of notes. But you can resolve with harmonic movements. And it's very typical in his music to hear the sequence, to connect the sequence of dominant chords with rhythm, sometimes like in rave. No, it's a little bit before. So you hear this. These counter melodies are a very important part, and some people just see the chords. So let's play without it. You lose a lot of opportunities of creating more melodical interest. Pay attention in the chords that are moving. For example, Corcovado. Note how the counter melody conducts the other chords, and you can do this, prepare your own in Brazilian songs. You can see opportunities types of chord in Brazilian music. You can, as in harmony in general, you can explore their variations of these chords to create your own counter melodies. And I recommend you to hear the songs of Tom Jobim and search for this. Look how beautiful. Return to that song. How they complete the song, alright? So counter melodies is a very important element on Brazilian music, and it will improve your playing, alright? If you search these qualities in your song, in your play, alright? And let's talk about the last one. One thing that I've learned with the harmony of the Tom Jobim. I've talked about melody counter melodies, and I've learned I started to learn the songs of Tom Jobim using the real book, and I imagine that a lot of you players have or learned by the real book if you have a jazz study, or also you have learned reading arrangements, and you can find a lot of 2/5s in the songs, the Tom Jobim songs. And I've learned with Tom Jobim that you can resolve the musical situations not just using 2/5s. When I started having classes with Evaldo, that pianist I've talked about, I realized that a lot of progressions that I thought were 2/5s were, in the matter of fact, variations or reharmonizations of these 2/5s. So, for example, the B section of the song Wave. Find this progression, but if you hear the original recording of Tom Jobim, you won't find this. You're gonna find this. After that, this is the Brazilian harmony. It's made, you can find a lot of 2/5s in bossa nova, but sometimes you're gonna find some unexpected chord, unexpected substitution. I've shown a lot here in my quick tips about harmony, about reharmonizations, and Tom Jobim had the habit of every day playing the classical songs. He liked Chopin and also Brahms, and he had the habit of searching for reharmonizations, substitutions and new solutions of harmony. And I've watched an interview with his son or grandson, I don't remember now, who was talking that he was always searching for a different chord to put in his songs. Alright, every time he rethinking about how to play his songs, if he had the opportunity to find the right intention for a chord. And I think that's very important to say to you about the music of Tom Jobim. I thought they were just reharmonizations. I'm substituting a 2/5 in this part of the song. I was the I thought he thought in these harmonic substitutions, but in the matter of fact, I've realized that he was searching for the perfect chord for his songs. He didn't want to play in each repetition new reharmonizations, but he was trying to enhance the quality of his harmonies in the songs. That's why you don't find Tom Jobim playing with different harmonies, but he was looking for the exact chord that fit with the musical message he wanted to do. So I think it's very important when we learn Brazilian music, we try to understand the intelligence of some of these composers, not just using the songs to create reharmonizations and applying different stuff to each melody, you know, but trying to understand his or her intelligence. Alright, so in the case of Jobim, he was not trying to sound new at each repetition of his songs, but he was trying to sound perfect in terms of choice, like a person who builds something solid, and he's searching for the perfect details. All right. So I took so many time to understand this, the sense of perfection that he had. All right. So I think that's it. I really hope you have enjoyed and learned with this live. If you wanna see more examples about it, I invite you to watch, to send me messages. Alright, send me situations. If you wanna send me your videos playing, it will be a pleasure to me to show how to put more Brazilian accent inside your playing. And that's it. Alright, I appreciate your audience. I'm happy with the message, and see you every day here talking about the Brazilian accent improvisation and all subjects related to play the Brazilian piano in an authentic way. Thanks for watching, and see you for much more. Bye bye.